Genesis 10, 1 through 5. These are the descendants of Noah's sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Children were born to them after the flood. The descendants of Japheth: Gomer, Magog, Madai, Javan, Tubal, Meshach, and Tyrus. The descendants of Gomer: Ashkenaz. Is that where the Ashkenazi Jews come from? Riphath and Togarmah. The descendants of Javan: Elisha, Tarshish, Kittim, and Rodanim. From these the coastland peoples spread. These are the descendants of Japheth in their lands, with their own language, by their families, in their nations. 1 Chronicles 1, 5 through 7. The descendants of Japheth: Gomer, Magog, Madai, Javan, Tubal, Meshach, and Tyrus. The descendants of Gomer: Ashkenaz, Diphath, and Togarmah. The descendants of Javan: Elisha, Tarshish, Kittim, and Rodanim. Sorry for the mispronunciations there. Genesis 10, 6 through 20. The descendants of Ham: Cush, Egypt, Put, and Canaan. The descendants of Cush: Seba, Havilah, Sabta, Rama, and Sabteka. The descendants of Rama: Sheba and Dedan. Cush became the father of Nimrod. He was the first on earth to become a mighty warrior. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord. Therefore it is said, like Nimrod, a mighty hunter before the Lord. The beginning of his kingdom was Babel, Erech, and Akkad, all of them in the land of Shinar. From that land he went into Assyria and built Nineveh, Ributha, Kala, and Rezin, between Nineveh and Kala. That is the great city. Egypt became the father of Ludim, Anamim, Lehabim, Naphutim, Patrusim, Kashulim, and Kaptorim, for which the Philistines come. Canaan became the father of Sidon, his firstborn, and Heth, and the Jebusites, the Amorites, the Girgashites, the Hivites, the Arkites, the Sinites, the Arvadites, the Zemarites, and the Hamathites. Afterward, the families of the Canaanites spread abroad, and the territory of the Canaanites extended from Sidon in the direction of Gerar as far as Gaza, and in the direction of Sodom, Gomorrah, Admah, and Zeboim as far as Lasha. These are the descendants of Ham, by their families, their languages, their lands, and their nations. 1 Chronicles 1, 8 through 16. The descendants of Ham: Cush, Egypt, Put, and Canaan. The descendants of Cush: Seba, Havilah, Sabta, Rama, and Sabteka. The descendants of Rama: Sheba and Dedan. Cush became the father of Nimrod. He was the first to be a mighty one on the earth. Egypt became the father of Ludim, Anamim, Lehabim, Nahudim, Patrusim, Kasulim, and Kaptor, from whom the Philistines come. It sounds to me like 1 Chronicles has really done a lot of plagiarizing from Genesis. Canaan became the father of Sidon, his firstborn, and Heth, and the Jebusites, the Amorites, the Girgashites, the Hivites, the Arkites, the Sinites, the Arvadites, the Zemarites, and the Hamaratis. Sorry about all this pronunciation. I'm going to stop saying sorry, or will I? Genesis 10, 21 through 30. To Shem also, the father of all the children of Eber, the elder brother of Japheth, children were born. The descendants of Shem: Elam, Ashur, Arpachshad, Lud, and Aram. The descendants of Aram: Uz, Hul, Gether, and Mash. Arpachshad became the father of Shelah, and Shelah became the father of Eber. To Eber were born two sons. The name of the one was Peleg, for in his days the earth was divided, and his brother's name was Joktan. Joktan became the father of Almodad, Sheleph, Hazarmaveth, Jera, Hataram, Uzal, Dikla, Obal, Abimael, Sheba, Ophir, Havilah, and Jobab. All these were the descendants of Joktan. I love that name. Sounds like someone's been joked on. The territory in which they lived extended from Misha in the direction of Sephar, the hill country of the east. And now 1 Chronicles 1, 17 through 23. Here's this plagiarism of Genesis. The descendants of Shem: Elam, Asher, Aphrapha, Lud, Aram, Uz, Hul, Gether, and Meshach. Aphrapha became the father of Shelah, and Shelah became the father of Eber. To Eber were born two sons. The name of the one was Peleg, for in his days the earth was divided, and the name of his brother Joktan. Joktan became the father of Almodad, Shelef, Hazaramavel, Jerah, Hadaram, Uzal, Dikla, Ebal, Abimel, Sheba, Ophir, Havilah, and Jobab. All these were the descendants of Joktan. I like doing this in chronological order because I never noticed before all the duplicate sections of the Bible. Genesis 10, 31 through 32. These are the descendants of Shem by their families, their languages, their lands, and their nations. These are the families of Noah's sons, according to their genealogies, in their nations, and from these the nations spread abroad on the earth after the flood.